Have you ever thought about how much your environment shapes how productive you are? What if, instead of relying on motivation, you set up your life so that staying productive wasn't a choice? It just happens naturally. In this video, I want to share my life setup for being as productive as I possibly can. I have some unconventional rules, hacks, and systems I've tried during the last couple of years, and things I've learned just recently that I've implemented to squeeze the most out of my day. Some of these may be a little extreme, but stick with me here. There might be some ideas that you find worth trying. So I want to lead with, if you just want the one thing to take away from this video that's going to make the biggest difference to your productivity and ability to reach your goals. It's as simple as having a structured daily schedule with consistent wake up, workout, work, and relaxation blocks that just goes and repeat for a very long time. This is literally going to give you 80% of the results. And the reason why this works is repetition builds habits, and habits reduce decision fatigue. So if you're doing this day in and day out, you're going to find that it becomes more effortless to do your coding after work, if that's what you wanted to learn as an example, and your workouts before work. My days, they might seem boring because they're all the same, but they're still kind of different because you're learning something new when I work on, let's say, my side hustle. And then you have specific blocks, or you have empty blocks in your calendar where you can put in fun social activities and other things. So the point is having a fairly rigid set schedule. For example, 70 to 80% of your day is just set in stone, and then you can regulate if things come up during the day, or if there's things you suddenly want to do. Like if, let's say, the weather is especially nice one day, I might go for a longer drive or longer ride, and then accept that, okay, maybe I won't have as much time to make a nice dinner for myself. So as I mentioned, if you don't have a lot of time to watch this video and just want the best thing I can recommend, you can close the video now, you can take this. But if you're open to hearing about a lot of things you can do in your home to up your productivity, stick around and listen to the next couple of tips. The first one is having no TV in the bedroom. Having no TV in the bedroom means that you won't have this temptation to just lay around in bed and watch series for hours and hours on end. I think binge watching and laying in bed watching TV is one of the easiest ways to just spend a day doing nothing. And it can lead you down the rabbit hole of things that are even worse for you. Let's say you see a nice lady on TV and you start scrolling on your phone, you go into Instagram, and suddenly you're on these adult sites watching things you shouldn't, which I'm not judging you if you do that, but you can definitely waste a lot of time just enjoying yourself a bit too much by having a TV in the bedroom and doing nothing. The next one is, if you have a bath, then I'd actually encourage you to very rarely use it, but only shower. Because if you fill up a bath, you start laying down there, you can easily spend half an hour to 1 hour in your bathroom just, again, doing nothing really. And sometimes that can be nice for relaxation purposes. If you bring a book out there, you bring out some candles, some scented candles out there. But in general, if you take a quick cold shower, which is what I'm doing, instead of taking a long bath, then you're just immediately ready to tackle the day. And in my case, during weekdays, to go to the gym, which is close by. And that's another hack you can do. I highly recommend that everybody goes to the gym or do some kind of exercise on a regular basis. I currently go to the gym 5 days a week, and having a gym close by that I can actually walk to, and is not the cheapest but fairly decently priced, meaning that it adds some accountability. I'm paying for this every month, so of course I'm gonna get the most of it. If I'm paying $80 a month, I'm definitely gonna be showing up. And apart from that, the gym just teaches you a lot about progress in life. It teaches you that pushing hard is actually equal to making progress, and it teaches you the concept of progressive overload, which basically means if you start out, let's say you're new in the gym, you can only bench press the bar, but then if you keep going consistently and you slowly start adding weight, you add 2.5 kgs every single time you go there, suddenly you can bench press 60 kilograms instead of just the empty bar, which is 20 kilograms. So it really teaches you the power of showing up on a regular basis and making progress, and how it can change you completely as a person on the physical and also the mental level. So that's another great hack I'd recommend you. Gym close by and actually going consistently. And the next one is something I've heard from a mentor of mine. I haven't implemented it completely yet, but I think it makes a lot of sense, which is eat with one. That's how he does it. So his rule is you limit your kitchen utensils to just one set, meaning you have one plate, you have one set of forks and knives, you have one pot, and so on and so forth. I'd probably recommend that you actually maybe call it eat with two, eat with three, a little more if you have people over. I have my girlfriend, so I want us to actually have 2 plates so we can both eat when she's here. But the point of this is, currently I have like 18 plates. I have a lot of different stuff, and I want to get rid of some of it because it's just clutter and I don't need it, and it actually encourages laziness, because I could literally just eat off 10 plates and not wash them and just leave them somewhere, and then I'd still have 8 plates left. So the reason why this is a good hack is, if you have less, you literally have to wash it up to eat your next meal. So you'll think twice about just mindlessly stacking up your dirty plates and not doing anything about it. And another great thing you can do for your health is to entirely remove your temptation, snack-wise and alcohol-wise, by not having it in the house. I try to limit the amount of snacks I have. We just had Christmas, so I got some for Christmas, some nice chocolates, but I'm so out of the loop with snacking that I'm just hiding it away in my closet, then occasionally I might have a piece with my tea, then I'll take it out. But if you leave it on your table or where you can see it, you're gonna eat it eventually. It doesn't really matter how long you try to stay away from it. The temptation is there, and if you suddenly really want it, you're probably not gonna avoid it. Then some quick hacks that, again, I have not implemented these myself, but I think they are very valuable, and I will probably do some of these over time, is having no games consoles. I have a lot of PlayStations here. I don't play a lot anymore, so I don't think it's a huge time sink for me. But honestly, the times where I just binge play a lot of games, I feel slightly more anxious after. I don't think it's really beneficial to my life, and overall, I think it's something I could easily cut out of my life without it affecting me much, other than the occasional night where my friends can come over and play. And along with that, having just chairs instead of a sofa makes you slouch way less. It's better for your posture and makes you much more productive, since you can't really just lay down in your sofa and do nothing. And finally, another one which I partially am doing is having no curtains, because if you don't have curtains, people can look in and see what you're doing. It kind of adds accountability to not be a lazy fatso who's going on to these adult sites and watching all this stuff, because people can literally watch you. You can't really hide except in your bathroom, I guess. So if people can see you, you're less likely to be lazy. And then I have some other hacks that I like to share, which is about digital and physical minimalism. It kind of relates back to the previous list, but I just have two things here that I'd recommend you having your phone away from bed and position your bed far as possible away from power outlets to resist late night scrolling. I'm guilty of this myself, to scroll on my phone when I've just been laying down in bed, but I want to charge my phone as well. So if I want that at nighttime, then I have to put my phone away from bed. And then also the main thing about this is also you have to walk up to turn off the alarm as you're getting up. So it actually helps you prevent snoozing as well. Then there's also consider not having a TV at all or watching the news. Most news, they don't add value to your life, they just add worries. I do watch the TV occasionally and I read the news occasionally, but I don't obsess over it and I don't spend too much time on it. And if you don't have a TV at all, it means there's more times for books, for podcasts, or productive hobbies, or furthering your career. Then I have a couple of social adjustments I've made that actually has helped me save quite a bit of money, time, and also made me more productive since I've been more alert. And first one is having a lot fewer nights out. I would go out so many times when I was in my early 20s, and I would be so tired the days after because I would have 4 hours of sleep. I think when I was on exchange in the UK and going out 3 times a week, on average I would be sleeping 5 hours a night, and I have no clue how I even managed that today. But really, it does kill your productivity and your energy for more meaningful pursuits, in my opinion. One night out can cost you 3 days for the prep, the event, and recovery. And then a controversial take here is doing semen retention / celibacy for focused periods. It's a bold choice. When I was single, I did this for a year to really build myself up. I tried to abstain from just thinking about sex all the time. I was shocked how productive I was, how on point I was, and just my drive for getting stuff done. But yeah, to close this off, I want to remind you that it's not about being a robot. It's about designing a life where you can thrive. If there's something you really enjoy that you think is not gonna fit with your current lifestyle, like in my case, I have a girlfriend, I don't want to stay celibate for this period in my life. I accept that maybe it's gonna make me a little bit less productive in terms of my work. That's a very worthwhile trade-off for me to make. And yeah, productive isn't just about to-do lists and apps. It's about creating an environment that really supports your goals. And that's individual for most people, but this video has hopefully given you some points that you can take up and consider in your own life to make sure you're automatically more productive, and it doesn't subtract much willpower for you to get the most important work done. So I'd love to hear in the comments below which of these tips you would like to try, or if you have any of your own that I should know about. I'm constantly learning and I love becoming the best version of myself, becoming more productive. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I hope to see you on the next one.